This is Kun Cassis for IFLTV. We are in Nigeria, Lagos, for Chaos in the Ring live on DAZN this Friday night. Ezra, what's happening, mate?
I'm good, G. How are you?
I'm all good. You're looking dressed apart today, isn't it?
Yeah. We're in Nigeria, the African king, so I've got to represent. I'm happy to have you here. It's beautiful to see IFLTV here in Nigeria. 2-3 years ago, when I had my pro debut here, I wouldn't expect IFLTV will be coming now. So it's mad how boxing works, huh?
Well, absolutely. We came for the first time here at the back end of last year, so I was treated very well here. Shout out Easy, wherever you are. The doctor. Dr. E. But yeah, it's good to see from that show. There's obviously a middle show there, and now this show, that it needed to be consistent, and it has been so far.
Yeah, and listen, it's momentum, right? Momentum. That's the key word. Yeah, Dr. E has tried. When I fought on his show last year, April, wasn't like as big as this. It was just like a regular show. But I told him, we spoke, I inspired him, and boom, here we are now. Nelson Lawrence will call it, Dan Aziz, Brandon Glanton is here. I'm like, what's going on? And I'm happy, because it shows we have the ability, we're capable here in Nigeria. Because most people think of Africa and Nigerian boxing, no one takes it serious. But I think now it's going to change the narrative, per se. And obviously, with me now fighting for the WBO Africa Cruiserweight title on this show, it shows the level and the kind of fights that can be put on through African fighters also. So, yeah.
When I spoke to Dr. Easy, obviously, last year, obviously, his plan, he wanted Anthony Joshua to come and fight here. We know, obviously, his horrendous situation kind of stopped anything to do with boxing at that point. But, yeah, there was plans, and hopefully, with Joshua now confirmed as returning to the ring, that at some point that AJ can come and fight, because I'm sure he'll want to fight it still.
Listen, AJ, I think in the history of Nigerian boxing, AJ is our biggest superstar, and he represents Nigeria well. And definitely him fighting here will be historic, and I'm sure the Nigerian people will be very happy for that, and I'm sure AJ himself will be very happy, because come on, Anthony Joshua fighting in Nigeria, it's amazing, man. I think he will do it for the people, but let's give him time, let him heal, and eventually that can happen.
So let's talk about the card, obviously, this Friday night. So you're the main event, aren't you? I know we have Carter FA and Portable, which I've seen some of the clips, it's mad. These guys are crazy. But you're really the main event here, aren't you?
Yeah. I am the main event. Me and my opponent, Good Day Appa, is actually my friend. We used to train together, just like Dan Aziz and Joshua Boateng, same scenario. But with the idea of Portable and Carter FA, because of where Nigerian boxing is at, no one knows, like the Nigerian public per se, are not boxing fans compared to the British fans, but they have a big celebrity culture here. So by bringing in Portable and Carter FA as the main card, the main card, right? So that brings a lot of eyes to Nigerian boxing per se, and can now give us, the fighters, more viewership and more people to know about us, and that can also help grow the Nigerian boxing to a different level. So using them is just a unique selling point for us, and eventually we're not gonna need celebrity fighters anymore.
Am I pronouncing his name right? Because I'm just calling it Portable.
It's Portable, yeah.
Portable, all right. Because he done a track with Skepta, is that correct?
Yeah.
That's what someone told me. He's done this track with Skepta,
Yeah, it's a big name. It's a big celebrity here, bro. Yeah, it's not a track with Skepta. I think it was like 2 years ago. It was quite a big song also. I can't remember the song, but yeah, it was quite.
I was going to get you to rap it. Come on.
Listen, I'm not good at singing at all, but just fighting. Yeah.
What's the plan for you for 2026 then? Obviously, you've come. I'm not sure what weight division you're fighting. Have you moved weight divisions?
Yeah. I said I've moved up to cruiserweight, man. I moved light heavy was too much in my body physically. I've been a cruiserweight for years, so I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna settle in this weight this year. So obviously winning this fight is the first step. And boxing, if I don't know what's gonna happen, my plan is to work with Dr. E throughout this year. I think he's got shows planned for October, July, and December. So my aim is to be part of those shows, and fill out the cruiserweight and hopefully get a big fight, call the likes out, like maybe get Crash, Pat Brown's press conference.
You're the king crasher, aren't you?
Yeah,
I still remember that. That was. But you know what? I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't ever say this is recommended for fighters to do this at all, unless you know exactly what you're doing. Yeah. But it worked for you in terms of getting that fight. Obviously, it didn't work out on the night as such, but it worked in all what you had to do to get it. So you had a goal and you got there.
Listen, when looking back at it now, I'm like, wow, that was really crazy. I don't think British boxing, I've ever seen anything like that with an unknown fighter, from African kid coming out, yeah, bro, I want to fight you. You know, it's a bit of a madness, isn't it? So when I think about it, I was like, yeah, I was actually mad. But then at the time, I was like 12-0, 13-0. I'm like, okay, where am I going to go next? They're going to chuck me up with someone, a 50-50 fight that's not going to make sense for me, that I could potentially lose also. So I'm like, no, I need to get my name out there, try my luck, see what I'm made of, test myself. Who else than Ben Whittaker at the time? I knew that was the right time to do it. And
no regrets?
No regrets at all. No regrets at all, you know. No regrets. The only regret is not winning, but regardless, I still won in my head, you know, because the experience is so large apart. But I think with time, I keep on going. Eventually, I'll get there, and eventually we can get a rematch. Eventually, I'm going to win again. So, yeah.
How do you think, like, obviously, Ben Whittaker's now signed with Matchroom and Eddie Hearn. His last 2 fights he's had have ended in a single round. But, yeah, I think Ben Whittaker, what do you think's happened with him? Obviously, he's had the fights with Liam Cameron, but since your fight with him, how do you think his career's gone?
Listen, I think after me, and especially after Liam Cameron, it just got more dangerous. He's like, you know what, I need to be taking these fighters out. You know, I think he's worked on that with Andy Lee now. It's perfecting and being more settling, taking more, giving out more power shots. And I think that's where he's at now. He's learning more with Andy Lee, improving his style, becoming more dangerous and more painful to his opponent. So yeah, I think, listen, Ben is on a great part. He's got Matchroom, he's a superstar, he's a full package, he's got the charisma, he's got the skill, he's got the swag. So we need to get behind him and support him because he is greatness. We're witnessing greatness through Ben. And I think, yeah, let's just enjoy the journey while it lasts.
If he comes up to cruiserweight, you'll rematch him, yeah?
Yeah. Cruiserweight, I'll go get crash him again. Yeah, that's the plan, isn't it? Yeah. But I think eventually he's going to move up to cruiserweight anyways. He's a big lad for light heavy. Just like me, I'm doing mine now. But I think eventually he's going to move up, yeah.
Okay, Ezra, much appreciate your time. Have you got anything else you'd like to add before we finish?
No, I'm just saying, you know what, thanks to IFLTV for the interview. Just keep on supporting Nigerian boxing and let's grow boxing worldwide and make differences and change lives. Yeah, man, thank you.
We'll grab a word with you after your fight. We wish you the best of luck. This Friday night here in Nigeria, Chaos in the Ring, live on The Zone.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, live on The Zone. Make sure you tune in and watch it and enjoy. I'm going to entertain you all. One love.
Look forward to it.